All right, here we
Yeah.
go.
Got
We
it.
back at it.
Back at it again.
Been gone for, I think Chris told we've been gone for like a month and a week, but we finally back. Episode 90 of CJ Square. You see my man Joy talking about he's stacking. He's always stacking and he's always eating. So don't pay him no mind. That dude gonna eat. Okay, he's gonna eat on camera and he's gonna drink from his jug. Show him the jug, Joey. Show him the jug.
It's on his way.
Oh, you don't even have the jug yet? You better have Cooper L sneak that thing in.
He got the. I know that y'all been fiending for CJ Square. Show him the jug, Joey. No, y'all been feeding for CJ Square. Oh man. Oh, hey y'all, Joey, you on TikTok, Joey? No,
You taught that on TikTok, JB.
I know. Look, so I found this like little like TikTok got some. I mean, TikTok is like it's got too much stuff on there, but they got some cool effects on some of the things you can do. Come on, let me show you this video I made today. Let me see, can I pull that joint up? If it loads up. All right, here we go. Hold on. Let me share the screen so everybody can see it out there in the world. Y'all ready? Watch this. Walk into year 20, baby. Year 20.
Still got the Braves hat on.
You know it. Year 20. Yeah, I mean, you know, I said I got when I was in Colombia, dude told me, it don't matter what nobody say because you got cornrows, you're not going through a midlife crisis. I was like, what?
No, jeez. How often I was asking Joey last week, how often would you have to change those?
I mean, it depends, man. You know, this summer I had been getting them for travel because I learned when I went to Belize last year, when I had my twist in my hair just started coming out.
Oh, really?
I wasn't even like, this was in the community. I wasn't even getting wet. So with these, I can actually swim. And I mean, they may frizz a little bit, but it won't come out.
Okay.
So that's why this is as long as I have long hair, this will be similar. I had 7, I had 8, this is 6. So this would be the look if I travel. So
that's your stylist, JB.
So what?
For rolling you up really well. Shouts out to that person.
Oh, that's my girl, Sad. Sad be hooking me up. Sad does my twist. She does my cornrows. She's good people's. Shout out to Sad. Sad, I know you ain't watching, but I'm gonna sing this so you know I shouted you out. Get your hair cut by Sad. Get your hair done. She be looking out. Good people, really good people too. Really good people.
There we go.
So yeah, she's volunteered at my school to give kids free haircuts and stuff.
Oh wow,
so she's legit, man. She about that life.
Absolutely.
You know, she's trying to get her another job doing something else, but she's still about that life. Oh man, did I send y'all my Columbia roll of pictures?
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the Palique pictures?
I have not seen that one yet.
Oh no, it's the pictures where I'm standing with the people with my hand up like this.
Yes.
That's Palique. That's a town in Colombia. That's a town in Colombia that was established by escaped slaves, and they are still living like kind of the same way they lived back then. Not completely, but that was the best part of my Colombia trip. Now,
that's sweet.
Now, Ecuador, you know, the snorkeling with the sharks and the turtles and the sea lions and
you said Ecuador?
Yeah.
Did you hear what just happened?
Yeah, I know. I'm glad I went early this year. It's the same reason last year got canceled. I saw that. I told my daughter today, you know. Hey, shout out to my daughter, Jasmine. She finally turned in her Ancestry.com thing. And yes, I am her father.
You are.
You are the father.
The father.
Yes,
I am her father. It came through. It said Jasmine Brown. She's either your daughter or your mother because y'all have 26 chromosomes that match.
In the case of 21-year-old Jasmine Brown,
Maury Povich is just
JB,
She be 23 this year.
you are the father.
I am the father, right? Anyway.
ah!
So, hey, everybody, welcome back. Of course, you got my man Joey here. You got my man Chris here. And we're here to talk sports and other,
No
nonsense.
Jordan tonight, Joey. No Jordan.
Jordan fell. I gotta fix him.
Man,
He's
Jordan,
retired.
he sold the Hornets. You ain't got your back no more, right?
I found the only weakness in Jordan. The only weakness. He
Hey, what's
does
that?
not hold up well on this chair. That's the only weakness he has.
That's
You
it.
made Chris a very happy man because Chris loves he loves Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Everybody else in the NBA
Come
has
on, Joey. Put him back up.
for him.
Your boy CB didn't like Jordan. CB was a Pistons fan because he didn't like Jordan. That's CB though. You know how he does.
Yo, I am not surprised at all.
Exactly right. That's what CB does.
Oh
He's
yeah, he's gonna find it. He'd be the one guy.
That's why you a Pistons fan. I mean, you understand. Right? But he did live in Detroit for a minute when he was a kid in the Army. Say he went to the Silverdome.
The Palace at Auburn Hills.
No, but remember back in the day, the Pistons played
They
and
did
the
play
and the
Silverdome.
Lions played with Silverdome.
Yes, they did.
Went there to see a Lions game back in the day. And my man Dennis, shout out to my man Dennis Pelty. Dennis Pelty paid all his fantasy money, all his survival money today.
Oh, good.
Shout out to Dennis Pelty, my man.
He ain't hungry.
Now he ain't hungry. He ain't hungry.
That is
Yeah, shout out. Dennis is a big Lions fan. Big Lions fan. Big all Detroit. He got the Detroit.
What's his name? I recognize what's his
Blue Wave. He's Blue
oh,
Wave.
okay.
He's Blue Wave in the NFL, but he's also in our Dynasty League. And shout out to our Dynasty League is filled up. We are drafting next Tuesday. I may stream it live, but I got too many prying eyes, so I may not.
Man, I gotta study. I got no clue
Never
what I'm
forget
doing.
when I was streaming one thing live, and I put a play in my queue, and Buttons picked him up immediately. I was like, "What's going on here?"
He swiped you. He just came in and
that's
Like,
Buttons.
Like, what is going on here? Are you watching my queue?
That's Buttons.
Yeah. Anyway, but I will have some live. I've got a draft coming up. Drafts coming up.
oh, draft season.
Yeah, draft season. Baseball season still going strong. Talking about baseball, fantasy baseball. Your boy JB person at first place spot once again. I think Joey, you in fourth place?
I'm in fourth.
Yeah, playoff bound.
Don't
Chris,
ask me. Do not ask me.
I
Not
know.
my season. I'll tell you that.
I know. I was thinking about this week how I wonder how is Dana mad because he was dominating me all week. And then Saturday and Sunday, the tables got turned real quick.
He was. He was yelling about on this weekend. He was talking about. I forget what he said, but he was definitely like, "Oh, I forget what he was yelling about." But he was not happy.
Dominating me the entire week. Saturday and Sunday, the home of the Braves turned it all around, switched the whole thing on.
Man, I had at one point last week, my ERA was a 6 point something.
Oh, mine was worse.
Gosh.
Worse.
That's what he was yelling about. He was yelling because he's like, remember Joey? He was telling us, he goes, listen to my ERA as a 2 point something. And he's like, and then freaking JB's is 1.9. He's like, oh my gosh. He's
my
like,
guys stepped up at the end. He had a guy throw a no-hitter last week against me.
Oh,
he had the
Valdez.
Yeah, he had Valdez. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I mean, he's got a pretty good squad.
Hitter. 98 pitch no-hitter.
Yeah. Saying, man, what they say, Joey, never doubt the heart of a champion.
Never underestimate the heart of a champion.
Anyway, talking about that MLB, man. Right now, the MLB standings, we're looking at the top teams. We got the Braves, we got the Orioles. Orioles kind of they funny because they only got a 69 differential, man, but they still right there on 2 games behind the Braves. You got the Dodgers starting to come on a little bit. The Rangers, the Rays kind of fell back. But let's look at this wild card, right? So The question is, which team do you think that's not a division leader has the best chance of making a run in the playoffs? So let's look at the American League right now. You got wild card teams. You got 3 wild cards to get in, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got 3 wilds. Yeah.
3 wild card teams, dangerous. You got the Rays, Astros, and the Blue Jays. No Buttons over there clapping it up. No Yankees, no Yankees, no Red Sox. What's going on, guys? And then in the National League, you got the Phillies, Giants, Marlins, and the Cubs and the Reds, kind of right there. So
They're right there, right there.
You know, the Diamondbacks fell back a little bit. They were in the division leaders for a while. So. What you guys think? Who you think has the best chance to make a run in the playoffs? I'll start with you first, Chris.
Yeah, I've been when we picked earlier, I was high on Philly. Probably you know, I do like Harper, so
you love some Harper.
Harper and Trout. So yeah, so and it looked like they were, you know, with they signed Turner, it looked like they were gonna be good at the beginning of the year, and then they didn't start out too strong. But now with the way it's lining up with their 3 pitchers of Nola, Wheeler, and now you got Lorenzen, who he just threw a no-hitter.
A no-hitter, yep.
Yeah, so that dude is jacked. Have you seen that guy? That guy is like, as a pitcher, he doesn't look like a pitcher at all. But yeah, I mean, he's
isn't he like a townie too? Isn't he like a hitter too? I saw like
he has. I mean, he's a pretty good. And you look at his build. I mean, you would think he'd be able to mash anyway.
Yeah, in fantasy, he's a pitcher and a hitter. So
yeah, so
yes, he is.
I like them. I mean, they went to the World Series last year. They've got Harper is. You're hoping that he's going to kind of come back into his own. Schwarber, you know what he's going to give you, just bombs and
Schwarber.
Old Schwarber. So to me, if you got those 3 pitchers. Anytime that you got pitchers lined up that are 3, if you're 3 deep in the at any time, then you're dangerous in the world in any type of playoff, because it doesn't matter as much about starting pitching depth, because you're just gonna roll with your horses anyway. So if they've got 3 really good pitchers, to me, that's the team I would think looking at that I like. Tampa Bay now with McClanahan going out, he's out for the season. That kills them.
Oh, for real? Dang, that hurts.
And then look at JB.
Yes.
The Astros, for a team that always has pitching depth, they look a little bit they don't have as many guys right now. The Blue Jays are another team.
They did bring back Verlander though.
Yeah, I mean,
which makes no
we'll
sense.
See what he can. It will be interesting, but I would say of the teams, and I would say right now, I mean, it's weird because I would rather almost finish, right? Because who plays? So how does it work? Baltimore and Texas get the bye, right? Is that how it works?
Let me see. Sometimes they put the.
And then Minnesota at the third one, they would play Toronto, right? I'd rather play Toronto than Tampa Bay or Houston. I mean, I'd rather play Minnesota over the other 2.
Yeah.
You know, so I could see, I know Buttons will like this. In the American League, I'd give you Toronto. I think they can make a run if Bichette comes back. They got probably the Cy Young winner in Gausman in the American League, and then give me Philly in the National League.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Toronto is deep enough, though, pitching-wise, to me.
Oh, okay.
So mostly Philly. I'm going to go Philly. And actually, I just looked at who I bet at the beginning of the season as a future to make the playoffs. I have Philly, San Francisco, Seattle, all right there to make the playoffs. And I got whoever I spent the most money on, freaking Yankees, Joey.
Yankees
they
are
were minus 400. They were minus 400.
How the Yankees in last place?
Because
San Francisco was a plus 160 to make the playoffs, and the Yankees were a minus 400.
Yeah.
Who is hurt, Joey?
The MVP.
Judge.
Yeah, but if you got one guy in baseball that means that much to you, your team is not that good.
You're right about that.
Look at the Angels. Look at the Angels.
Exactly.
They got the MVP.
And it doesn't matter. So
it don't matter.
You were
all right, Joe, who you got?
They 500.
Chris, JB, millions. the Houston Astros are in perfect position to make a run, as you all just, as I just heard someone say, Justin Verlander, JB say, I'm not sure why. Justin Verlander is back in Houston. As Chris just mentioned, they have you. It's really nice if your playoff team has 3 starters who can just go in there and shut it down. The Houston Astros now have 3 starters that can go in there and shut it down. They're starting to get healthy. They're starting to get everybody back healthy. Timely hitting, excellent pitching. They have a 4th. Well, I'm not going to call him a 4th starter, even though he can start. JP France is one of their bullpen guys, one of the first guys out who can actually start also. He's done a wonderful job for them for the entire season. I think Houston is getting right at the right time, and they've got the best manager in the American League. Houston is dangerous again. They are in a perfect position to make a run to a back-to-back World Series championship. Back-to-back.
Is Luis Garcia out for the season? Or he's just on the 60-day DL? Because I know he's hurt. I mean, that would help to get him back. But
I think he's out for the season. Yes, he had Tommy John surgery.
Okay, yeah, I know he had an elbow issue, which you never want.
Yes,
that one hurts. That one does hurt them.
Yes, it does.
But they've got McCullers is out for the year, right? I think.
And they're still rolling.
But Ryan Presley's a beast. So I mean, they got guys.
They got guys. They got a great lineup. They're getting healthy. I hate to say it, but Houston's right there.
Well, that just saved me some time because I was going to go with Houston as well. Especially when they got a guy just threw a no-hitter. They got good pitching. They brought back. I thought Verlander was going. I thought for a minute that he was going to the Braves. Now I was like, if he goes to the Braves, what did Vince Carter do?
Oh yeah, lights out. That would have happened.
It's over. As you just go on pipe.
You don't like the Reds. You don't think that you think they've kind of come back down to earth a little bit.
I mean, but the Cubs are playing better than the Reds right now.
Yeah, Cubs have been real hot.
You know, the Cubs have been playing. They are making a good run. I watched the Cubs and the Braves battle a couple of games this past week. So the Cubs are, you know, even though the Braves are like they're not way ahead of everybody, but they pretty much way ahead of everybody in the NL. Only 5 up on the Dodgers, and they going through a little rock. I mean. Did they peak too early? Because, you know, baseball, last year, the Phillies went to the championship, and the whole year was the Braves and the Mets going for that, you know, that top spot. And the year before, nobody saw the Braves going to the championship.
Oh, yeah. Because there's so many,
you never know
so many freaking games.
Baseball, it's like hockey almost, man. It's like who's hot at the right moment when it comes down to it.
Well, and that's the thing is like hockey, and you can ride a goalie. If that goalie's hot or you have a couple hot pitchers, you can dominate series with those couple guys, unlike any other sport, you know, because the other ones it's so focused on those couple spots. Whereas in like basketball, it's not really like that.
Right.
Football is not really like that. Where in those two sports, if you got, and that's why, you know, the teams that we're all naming, you look at the teams that are really good, the Braves are right there, the Dodgers. Brewers get Woodruff back right at the right time. So, you know, pitching always comes down. I mean, I like that they've opened it up to more wild card teams because, you know, which is probably why these teams now on the trade deadline, there's so many teams not really making moves one way or another because nobody, you know, all these teams are still in it. You know what I mean? Like a couple of years ago, that never happened when they only had the one wild card spot. So it even like we talked about the Diamondbacks, they're 2.5 games out. That's not that crazy with this many games left to play.
Right.
Really. So they could easily get hot and make it. So there's still a bunch of teams left over. So it's going to be an interesting rest of the season just to even see who gets in. And then, like JB said, if you're hot at the right time, you can make a run. You know, if you catch a team, you know, so
Either
But it could be the Phillies.
hot hitting or hot pitching, because sometimes hot hitting can get
Oh,
you
yeah.
there too. You know,
Yes,
It'll
Okay.
always be like some random dude. Remember that dude? Who was the guy that played for the Nats? Who was it? Howie Kendrick went crazy. It's always one of
Kendrick was-
those guys.
yeah. I mean, it's like last year when the Braves won, the guy from the Marlins, Solo, went crazy.
Oh yeah, so there, yeah, he went crazy. Yeah, it's always one of those guys. It's always
Yes, it
somebody
is.
like that.
Yes, it is.
You're like, who's this dude?
Yeah, ain't no Reggie Jackson no more.
Oh
Mr. October is gonna be anybody. Reggie Jackson was Mr.
yeah, he
Don't
turned it on.
forget
There's none of
Mr.
those.
November, JB.
Who was that?
Oh,
Derek Jeter.
don't
Derek
even
Jeter.
go
Okay.
there with that.
Who's
John.
Yeah,
your
Mr.
daddy? I seen Derek Jeter's last game in Baltimore. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
I actually like Jeter though. I'll give him that.
All right. Let's move it along. Right. Let's think about MLB. Still got a long season, a long way to go. Right. We still have about 2 months before we get to the playoffs. Right.
Yeah.
I know. Yep. Because the regular season games, the last ones are the last week of September. That's all.
Yeah, that's a long way. So much can happen.
Long ways away. A lot of games be played.
Absolutely.
But
See some of the games left.
man, I know everybody has been watching the landscape of college athletics.
Conference of Champions.
It's so much stuff going on, right? The Pac-12 is dead.
Yeah.
Trevor, go ahead and give him the thing, man. Taps. Tap him out, Joey. Go ahead and tap him out.
You better play that thing.
Yeah, taps like in the army base every day, right? It's over. There's no more Pac-12, people.
Give the
No
Vince
more
Carter.
conference of champs.
The Big Ten brought in Washington. They brought in Oregon. They brought in UCLA. They brought in USC. Like Joey said, they are stacking. They left Oregon State, Washington State, California, and Stanford to fend for themselves. Arizona State, Colorado jumping back into that. They jump into that Big 12.
Going home.
SEC is bringing in next year, bringing in Texas and Oklahoma. This year, the Big 12 got Cincinnati, got BYU. It'll be fun when we pick our college teams because you got to figure out who's playing who, where they playing.
Yeah,
at.
I'll be like, what the heck? I don't remember who's playing who anymore.
So I mean, a lot of things going on. But the one conference that's kind of staying pat right now is that Atlantic Coast Conference. So the big question is, will the Atlantic Coast Conference survive? Joey, past this year.
JB, millions. I know right now out of CJ Square, I know Chris is really passionate about this because he wants to know what is going on. But I will tell you this. It's up in the air if the ACC is going to survive because of cash. As Chris is going to let us know more.
Cash rules everything around me.
Cream.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Chris is going to let us know more. He'll give us more details on it. I'll just tell it like this. I think Florida State is sort of feeling themselves a little bit right now. They're back into a position of being a top 10 team in the country. Clemson has sort of taken a seat back. So I think Florida State is like, well, out of all these big football schools, and they consider themselves to be a huge football school, which they've been. They got history. They got boosters. But they're not getting the same amount of money as the other big football schools. I think Florida State feels like, well, we should be getting we want a piece of that pie that Alabama's getting, or that Texas A&M is getting, or that Ohio State's getting. We're not getting it currently in the Atlantic Coast Conference. If Florida State were to somehow leave, the ACC is done. I know that they're not very happy with Florida State sort of putting that information out there. I think Florida State is sort of fishing, seeing if the SEC is going to maybe take a bite. Yeah, let's bring them over.
They're not going to bite, Joey. Let me just chime in real quick on that comment, Joey. I just read recently that the SEC commissioner says we're good.
That's what he did say.
We're good.
He did.
We got Oklahoma and Texas. We're good.
Definitely did. I think Florida State clearly wants to go to the Southeastern Conference because they want a piece of that pie that the SEC gets as far as guaranteed money, that television money that the SEC gets. The SEC is king. Florida State wants a piece of that. The ACC doesn't have it on that level. I think it's up in the air right now.
All right, Chris, what do you think, man? Go ahead.
I mean, for me, as a kind of a UNC fan and kind of a love of ACC growing up, I mean, that was, that's the one in our backyard. So I hope it stays together just because, the history that we kind of all probably have. I know JB's probably a longtime Big East guy, but,
man, Big Monday, man, look, you don't understand the cultural significance of Big Monday as a kid growing up for me. I mean, it was a part of my life from high school to college. Big Monday, Big East games on TV.
Absolutely.
You watch it, you watch the big game, then you watch, the Big 10, Big 12 would play after that. And then the Big West would play the late night game. Big Monday. The Big East always had quality teams back in the late 80s, 90s.
Yes, they
Big
did.
East had squads.
All the time.
Loaded squads too.
Yes,
so yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of, for me, it was kind of the ACC growing up as that same kind of feeling. So for me, I want them to stay together just because of what it means to me personally. But like we said, money talks, that in the end of the day, all of this realigning and everything there is all about money. The biggest thing is that ESPN holds the contract rights till 2036, which is ridiculous. So I think that they said that to Florida State to get out of the contract, it would need to be, they would have to pay at a minimum $120 million to get out.
Hey.
So from Florida State's thing is how bad do they want to go? And I think if Florida State leaves, the whole conference will just tumble, I would say, because not to say that Florida State is, but at that point, somebody's already adjusted the you know what I mean? Somebody's already fought the fight. So at that point, the hard part is done. They've kind of ripped the Band-Aid off of going, because all of those schools, Clemson especially, would want more money as well. They're just going to probably wait to see what Florida State does.
Yeah.
So if Florida State gets out, I can't see Clemson not being behind, much further behind. And if Florida State and Clemson leave, to me, the two big dominoes now for them fall. Then the rest of the conference. So everyone's talking about Stanford and Cal, but it's not like, I mean, those are two.
SMU too.
And SMU, they're all pretty good teams. But now that just means less money for Florida State. So you think Florida State's going to want to expand? Because that just means a less slice of the pie, right? So I just think that ESPN kind of has them in a position where, why would ESPN budge? Because they got one of the better conferences in football. And you figure Notre Dame just they don't really give an F at all because they're Notre Dame and they just got their own rights to everything.
But Notre Dame signed a contract. They have to play 5 ACC teams.
But they dictate what they want to do by only being halfway in, halfway out. And then they can still control their own TV rights.
Right.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's never going to fully join.
Ever.
Notre Dame is, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So
they
ACC
still get a chance to go to conference the championships and get to the round of 12. It's got to be decent.
Yeah, basically. I mean, what it is right now is they were ACC was out front of everybody by signing a long-term deal. And then now all of a sudden it's like in baseball when you sign a guy for 4 or 5 years or for signing for 10 years. And then at the end of the 10 years, you're regretting the contract because it looks horrible.
Yeah.
And that's where and they're only halfway through. It's like A-Rod's contract where you're like, oh my gosh, well, we got to eat this whole thing now because we signed a horrible deal. Now, I mean, the ACC is the one who signed it, but now all these other bigger deals are coming in, and now everyone's all mad saying, oh, we should have gotten that. They kind of put themselves there, but I just think that with all this money floating around, I feel like Florida State's going to find a way to get out, and then I feel like Clemson's going to follow, and then within the next 2 years, the college landscape is going to be completely changed to the point where it's going to be stupid.
It's going to be 2 super conferences.
It's going to be like, what's the point? There's not going to be any rivalry games. There's not going to be anything of anything.
Super conferences.
It's just going to be like just random. You don't even know who's playing each other every year.
Yep. Chaos.
But then what happens, like you said, too, like, do we then get away from Ohio State, Michigan, or, I mean, eventually it's like, I mean, those two right now are always playing each other, but right now there's only 10 teams in that, or not anymore, but there were only, so you could always make sure they played each other. If you put 30 teams, Michigan or Ohio State would say, why do I always have to play the other best team in the conference every year?
Yep.
How are they going to
so eventually it's going to start, there's going to be so much drama, it's just going to be stupid. Yeah. But it's going to be making for good football for fans, so who cares?
Of course.
Really, will benefit, but
they definitely going to the 12.
It'll probably have to go to 16 eventually.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah.
Which Joey loves.
Cut down the play. Who knows, man?
Joey wants a 32. That would take forever.
Yeah.
They just do the FCS tournament. Everything would work out.
They'd have to start in probably early December, though.
That's what they do. They're the same thing.
Yeah.
It's even more.
Look, I think that ACC is going to survive. I've read up on the contract they signed with ESPN, and I don't think those. I mean, really, I don't think those schools are going to. I mean, the small schools definitely ain't going nowhere. The big schools got to pay too much money to get out. Why?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
So much money to get out when you can make your money while you're in the league. And you still got a decent league, and basically and then with this 12-team playoff, you should get some teams in there every year if you're decent.
Florida State's not as good as they think they are.
No, they are not.
They have a Heisman. They have a Heisman candidate this year in the quarterback, right? They're kind of low key because we know who's gonna win the Heisman unless he get hurt. He gonna go back to back. I mean, I just don't.
For sure.
I don't know how he can't go. I don't understand. Somebody got to play like Superman if him they go back to back. I just don't see it. But
but FSU hasn't been elite. When's the last time they were elite?
2000.
Jameis Winston years, right?
Winston's year, yeah.
The first years of the college playoff.
Yeah, Oregon.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. They're acting like they're still that one. They're still acting like they're that team. Clemson, I could at least see Clemson acting like, because they've been the better team by far.
Yeah.
They're a top 5 program in football. Florida State's not.
Clemson has had one issue that lasts like 3 years. Their quarterbacks ain't what they used to be. They need better quarterback play.
Yeah, that's always what in college football.
They're gonna have playmakers, even though I think their playmakers are kind of falling back as well. But the defense is always solid as I don't know what.
Yeah. Shouts out to for our first day back at school, we went on a historical tour in Old Town Alexandria, and shouts out to the nice gentleman that I walked by that had a Washington State Cougars shirt on. I said something to him, and he was very upset by it. So shouts out to
Washington State. Oh man, sorry, Cougars.
Man, Caleb Williams, you can get him at a Heisman right now at plus 550.
Oh wow, really?
Who is the
Jaden Daniels is 2. He's the LSU guy. Quinn Ewers is 3.
It's funny. The guy, he's the LSU guy. Nobody liked him at Arizona State. You know, he was an ASU quarterback before, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, but look at
Herm Edwards is his quarterback, is his coach.
Hendon Hooker. He was at Virginia Tech. He didn't even barely do anything. He comes out and he was
a
a
Heisman
Heisman guy last year.
Absolutely.
before he got hurt.
Yeah, so I mean, these guys are, the transfer portal is just. So I mean, if you want to get, I don't think you're getting a better price on Caleb Williams than right now.
Oh, there you go.
So if
Caleb
you
Williams at 550 or plus 550.
plus 550 right now for on Caleb Williams.
Was it on FanDuel? Was it on?
That was on Bet Online. I don't know if
That's not
did FanDuel offer a
No.
Heisman? Probably.
No.
They probably do.
One of those sites you're on probably does.
Somebody got
JB.
some future Heisman bets.
You got to find out. You'll have to dig in.
Okay. All right. So there we go. MLB, college football. Pretty soon you'll be experiencing our weekly college football picks. And also, I think probably next week or probably next 2 weeks, we'll be picking having our college football draft and our NFL draft to see how that's going to turn out. I think last year, Chris came through with the dub, the most wins. Like year before that, Joey. So it's my time, man. I'm due.
It's a big year for us. This is a big.
Did you have the champ though? Who'd you have?
I didn't have the champ. I think who wanted you had it. I didn't have Georgia. I think you had Georgia. Joey had Georgia last year. You have them this year.
Oh, I know one. I had them 1 year. I just don't remember.
I had the champions in the NBA. I picked the NBA.
Yeah, that was your
the Nuggets.
All right, so Caleb Williams. Let me ask you real quick. Caleb Williams, what based on the probability of what they're saying, what would you put it at? Because Vegas is putting it at 15%, saying he's going to win. He has a 15% chance of winning the Heisman. That seems crazy to me.
It seems kind of low.
That's what I mean. That seems low. I would have thought be like 40 or 50.
Basing it on historical data of people not winning
repeating
back to back. The last one to do that was Archie Griffin.
Only one.
Yeah, so that's probably the only thing going against him is that.
Yeah.
Because you can play really well, but like Bryce Young had a good season last year, but he got dinged up a little bit, missed a couple games.
Yep.
They didn't make the bowl. Like little things can happen.
Right.
So it doesn't take much to throw you off. So
don't take much, but that coach, man, he produces Heisman winners, man. That's what he does.
Yes, he does.
Well, and that offense and what he has to do with that team. Like Bryce Young, those guys, their offense is more now than it was, say, 6-7 years ago, but not to Caleb Williams. He doesn't have to do as much as Caleb Williams does.
And Caleb Williams, actually, I think he did less at USC than he did at Oklahoma. Oklahoma, he ran a lot more.
Yeah, exactly.
For his life, you're right about that.
But because he came in and took your boy's spot, it was having games. Your boy still gonna be. He's still a Gamecock this year, right? Your boy.
He's on a high right now. His last 2 games.
Yeah.
He played some high level football.
Joey, you can get him. You can get him at plus 6,600.
For who?
The Rattler.
Wow.
Because Joey had Spencer Rattler winning the Heisman, and then TJ winning it too from Clemson.
Yes, I did. All things.
I think he's an Oregon State QB this year.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And he was without a conference after this year.
He seems, when I watch him play, he's such a one-read QB. Like when he looks, he's throwing.
There's something off.
Yeah, something that happened. Anyway.
Right.
Talking about football, we're talking about that NFC South today. We know the NFC South really doesn't have high expectations, but we still got to talk about them. So let's talk about the winners last year, who they won 8 games last year, 8, 9. The Bucks went to the playoffs. Cowboys spanked them in Tampa.
Yes, they did.
The big question is, they brought in Baker. They drafted, they drafted or had Kyle Trask.
Yeah, they had him 2 years now. Yeah, they drafted him now.
Year before, he had a big year in Florida. I mean,
yes, he did.
QB. Prototypical pocket quarterback.
Yes, he is. Those ball.
Then you have Maker Bayfield.
Osmond.
Old Maker.
Baker Mayfield, Maker Bayfield, yeah. So
He
yeah,
makes
Maker.
Give me some
excellent
Maker.
commercials.
So not making the commercials anymore.
No,
Like
he's not.
he was getting that commercial money, boy. He's making them good commercials for
They
the
were funny too. They were
Yeah.
funny.
And so now he's a buck, right? Stepping to the spot that the GOAT left. And so is it gonna but I've been hearing, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't been up on sports as much as I was last summer and the summer before that, because summer before that it was COVID and just chilling in the house all the time. This year I've been traveling, just
Been around the world.
Been around the world. Aye. But yeah, Trask or Baker, who's going to be the starter coming off of the week 6 bye? And while y'all thinking about it, let me go look at the schedule. Let's see. Look at the Bucks that scheduled to start the season.
So I would say for me, if this was anywhere else where, because we don't think the Bucks are going to be that great, if they were saying like in a harder, and if they weren't in the NFC South, that seems winnable, I probably would go with Trask to see what we got in him. But because this conference is so bad, or the division is so bad, that it's a winnable one.
They actually have a week 4 bye, Chris.
Oh, my bad. So, because it's winnable.
Week 5 is their bye.
5.
Okay, yeah, so it is week 6.
They don't play October the 8th.
So because it's winnable,
the jug is here.
There it is. You're gonna probably put out the guy who gives you a shot. So I would say I don't think by week 6 that you're gonna necessarily know one way or another if they're out of it yet, because they only had to win 9 games last year.
Yeah.
So it's definitely winnable.
Here you go. They got the Vikings week 1 at Minnesota, the Bears at home, Eagles at home, at the Saints. They have the Lions, Falcons.
So
that's
they could be
3, 4,
they could
5.
be that's 6 games there.
The first 6 games, yeah.
So they could be theoretically 3-3, and then nobody would be that surprised, really.
Mm-hmm.
But they also could be 2-4. I think that I'm going with Baker is still the starter at that point, with a very short leash of if he starts to stumble or they get behind and the season looks done, you might as well just go ahead and put it in Trask and see what they got with him. So I'm still saying Baker, because I still think by that point, I'm giving me old Maker Bayfield here.
Old Maker Bayfield.
Yeah.
Joey, what you got, Joey?
Is the Bucks offense coordinator is he new, or was he on the staff last year?
I gotta be new because they fired old boy.
That's right. They did fire everybody, right?
Yeah, Byron Leftwich got fired, I believe.
That's right. So is Canales, was he part of the staff, or did they bring him in?
Hold on, let me look.
I'm looking at it right now. It says Dave Canales.
My reasoning for this is because one thing I think Kyle Trask has over Maker Bayfield is that he's been in the system if Canales was in the same system last year. Mm-hmm. He's got a step above Baker Mayfield from that standpoint. But if this is a just brand new offense coordinator, even though Todd Bowles is the guy there, I also agree with Chris.
So
I think
Canales came from Seattle.
Okay,
he was the quarterback's coach.
He was the QB coach for Geno Smith.
Okay, we saw what he did to Geno. Maybe he'll be able to do the same thing to Baker Mayfield.
So you're saying that Baker's going to be the guy?
I say Baker Mayfield.
So both of us are high on some Maker.
All right, I wrote it down. I wrote it down on my paper with a star beside it. It says Kyle Trask.
Oh,
if you can't see it, it says Trask.
Trask.
From what I keep hearing, Baker Mayfield is not doing too well at practices. I know they have I believe they have I think he's starting this weekend or tomorrow versus the Steelers. So it'd be interesting to see how he does as the starter in his first preseason game. I mean, last year, remember, he had some flashes with the Rams when he came there like 2 days and led them to a win against the sorry-ass Raiders. I'm like, how you let a guy beat you? They just came off the street for a team
Off
that the street, right?
He ain't hungry though.
Oh,
No way.
okay, when you're a QB in the NFL and you're a first-round draft pick, pretty much you shouldn't be hungry for the rest of your life.
Your kids and their kids really shouldn't be ever hungry after that.
Not be hungry because you're gonna sign a freaking guaranteed contract even if you're a bum. Okay,
Yeah.
You have to be garbage. So you're gonna get paid. So Baker Mayfield has got paid. Okay, he's good. He is not hungry, but that's a problem too because I think Trask is going to be hungry. I think Trask will outplay him. But even though you got Todd Bowles as the coach, so Todd Bowles may just go with the veteran at first, and it then has to be coached into playing Trask to see what they have in him. So I'm thinking by week 6 or further, I think Trask will be playing. Too bad for all those people. I think the one streak for them that's in jeopardy is Mike Evans' 1,000-yard streak every year.
Yeah.
But you never know. You might toss him up and he catch him. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Trash there. All right. So next question. What do you think of the wide receiver group that Bryce Young has to work with? If you didn't know, I don't know if y'all did the research. I can tell y'all they got depth chart had DJ Chark, they had Adam Thielen, they had Damiere Byrd, they had Terrence Marshall from LSU and Laviska Shenault, who was a first-round draft pick by the Jags, I believe, second-round draft pick as the backups. And they do have a decent tight end, a first-round pick in Hayden Hurst.
So they also took that Jonathan Mingo from Ole Miss. They drafted him in the second round, so you assume.
Yeah, he's decent. But I kind of read his profile on Fantasy Pros. You were not feeling him. I won't feel. I'm not. I mean, he could. They got Terrence Marshall's a good player. Chenault's a good player if you use him correctly. So, but anyway, I gave them a grade, so I'm just let y'all tell me what you think. Chris.
So that's actually a good way to do it. Joey, what grade would you give him and then describe a little bit?
C+.
Okay.
Reason why I give C+ for a young quarterback, Bryce Young, franchise quarterback. The only reason why it's a C+ and not a D- or an F is because of the signing of Adam Thielen, who's going to come in and hopefully just be the security blanket guy, a nice seasoned vet, a guy that has been at an all-pro level, a guy that you would think a young quarterback can depend on and just learn how to play the position with a guy that's really smart at playing the position. So that's the reason why I say Carolina gets a C+ and not a D or an F. Bringing him in.
I'll go close to Joey. I'll go with the C here just because I think the core is not bad. If you just put them up against other teams, they've got some guys. To me, though, that they don't have a guy who you can just say this guy's going to go out and dominate the game. Chark looked like he was going to kind of turn into that guy a few years back. Then he had the injuries and he's kind of bounced around a little bit. Yeah. So I think he does have that ceiling to maybe turn back into that player, but we really haven't seen. He had that one breakout year and then he's kind of come back down to earth. So hopefully, Bryce Young is going to need that anyway and I think Thielen has been that guy in his career. He's a guy who we have, he's been years where he's put up a bunch of touchdowns. So we know he can be that guy. I mean, I think he's probably, also kind of taken a step back. So they've got depth like we had talked about how many guys they got. They've got probably one of the deeper receiving cores of just, I mean, you draft a guy in the second round, and even that guy is probably not, he's just a guy on their roster right now. So, but Ole Miss has put out good wide receivers. So maybe if that guy turns into something, I mean, Bryce Young is, I would say that to me, he's going to be one of those guys going to have to probably put up numbers, but I just don't see the team itself being that good. So they're probably going to be behind. They're going to have to probably throw a lot anyway. So those guys could have some inflated numbers from like a fantasy standpoint, just because they could get some garbage time type stuff. But for Bryce Young, I would always want to see a guy have just a guy like I would have if you would have had DJ Moore, you'd felt way better about this about this group, because DJ Moore is one of those guys who's a top 10 talent. They just don't have that guy on there. So that's just an average group that has pretty good depth, I would say.
Right.
JB, what grade you give them?
I gave them a B minus. I was right along with you guys. The reason I gave them a B minus was because they kind of got guys like for every type of thing. Like they got because, and I honestly I think the B minus came from because Marshall and Chenault can be pretty good players if given a chance. And I think that Shark is a good veteran. Thielen's a good veteran. Got a decent tight end in Hurst. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking about C plus, like B minus, because they got guys that can make plays, and it's not like you had a team that got the same. You got 5 wide receivers. They all the same guy.
Yeah, true.
You need a team that.
Yeah, I mean, Chenault is way different than Thielen, who's way different than. They're all Marshall's different guy. I mean, they do have pieces. I just think that they're missing that guy that scares you.
A stud.
Yeah, they don't have that guy. They don't have one guy, that really is like, oh, geez. Like for years, Washington was like that. They didn't have that guy, and finally McLaurin has turned into that guy. So that's what this is missing.
Sort of. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about those Falcons, right? Let's talk about those Falcons. We got the big question. The big question is, did y'all know that Bijan Robinson was on the first depth chart with this at third?
Number 3.
Yeah,
Number 3.
right.
Yeah, okay.
That's not going to last very long.
He was
you can't keep him off.
Okay, so the Falcons got some playmakers, man. You got the big receiver out there, the first team taken in the draft last year, and you got the unicorn, right? Tight end, he got drafted in the top 3 or 4?
Yeah.
So Kyle Pitts, right? We have a breakout year. First year, he had 1,000 yards receiving, only 1 touchdown. That wasn't even in America. It was overseas. It didn't happen in the United States. Last year, disappointing because he got hurt. I know I drafted him in one league and I couldn't recover from him because he was he was a high draft pick basically. So I never recovered. I had a good season, but couldn't recover. Always trying to get that tight end to match everybody else's team. So do y'all think this is the year? Right? Let me look at that depth chart. We see who his QB is going to be. But what do you think, Joey?
Yeah. Who is going to be playing quarterback?
Ritter, I guess, right?
Ritter,
right now.
And he never had the opportunity to play with Ritter. I think he was out by then. This is going to be an answer that we're going to put for a lot of these guys as far as will they have certain high profile seasons.
You know who the backup is, right? Heineke, that dude.
He's always nipping at the heels.
He gonna sling it.
Yes, he is. That's what he's used to. That's what he wants to do.
He's like right here. He's like he's right in between like a full-time starter and a full-time backup. He's like
You don't want me coming in, buddy. I'll take a job. That's what he's going to say to him. But if Kyle Pitts is healthy, Kyle Pitts is going to produce. He is that good. He's too good. If he's healthy, he will produce bottom line.
Well, first off, let's say what would you put him as? He needs to be at how many yards, how many touchdowns for you to be like, that's a Kyle Pitts year. 1,200 and
needs to be
7?
over 1,000 yards and at least 8 to 10 touchdowns.
So Joey, you think he's getting
He's that
1,000
kind of
yards,
player.
8 touchdowns?
No,
That kind of player.
But that to me is a breakout year. If he has
Yeah, that
1,100
he's
yards
good
and 8 touchdowns, that's what they draft Kyle Pitts for, correct?
right.
at. They drafted Kyle Pitts to be the tight end that's a receiver, basically.
Yeah.
He's a mismatch nightmare.
If he's not putting up 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns, they're not using him, right?
It's no reason that
You
the
would think-
Falcons should
yeah.
not go on the field and move the ball. You got Drake London. You're gonna have
Drake
Bijan
London.
Robinson.
Yeah.
You got 3 big time playmakers right there. If they don't make plays, that's coaching.
The Falcons should be in full-blown tank mode.
Even in tank mode, they do tank mode on defense, okay?
Go
All-
get that quarterback.
They should be putting up numbers.
Imagine that, JB.
I got
Imagine
you.
this.
Well, I know this. I got your scenario already. I got it.
Oh,
You're saying tank mode, bring in Caleb,
oh my
and
gosh.
the fun begin.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
This whole division might be in tank mode though,
All
except for
three
Carolina.
levels. All
Let the
3
fun
levels.
begin. Let
All
it
3
begin.
levels. Just think about your quarterback, your wideout, your tight end, and your home run hitter in the backfield with you. Lord have mercy.
No, they would be out there scaring folks.
Yes, they
Oh
would.
yeah, for sure.
They'll be that'd be scary. That'd be scary.
Yes, they would.
But
So you're saying, Joey, you're saying he should break out, but you're saying no.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, Chris. I'm not sure if that makes any sense at all.
No, because I'm actually right there with you. I think
that sounds like you gotta see it, believe it to see it, or whatever.
I need to believe it in order before I see it. I just don't think that the Falcons have the personnel as their starting quarterback that's going to get Kyle Pitts the ball enough where he needs to get it in order to be at that level. And I'm thinking that if they put Heineke in, I think that could possibly happen.
Yeah, I'm actually with Joey. I mean, there's no reason in the world that guy should not be catching 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns, but they'll seem to find a way to do it. I mean, they just have not been able to find a way to use him
Arthur
correctly.
Smith.
Yeah, I think he's still there, right?
The guy that coached the Titans, OC.
Yeah, I think he's still
Yes,
there.
I think
I
he
mean,
is.
to me, I feel like there's going to be a way that they're going to find a way to not use him correctly. I mean, he's the most gifted from a purely athletic standpoint tight end in the league. I mean, there's guys who are
Clearly.
I mean,
Imagine him with Patrick Mahomes. Jesus.
oh
Christ.
yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, there's guys like we've seen like Darren Waller, and they're kind of similar builds, but Pitts is just a way better athlete, and Darren Waller's had games. Remember, there's games where he was putting up almost 200 yards in games. So there's no reason, but I think the Falcons will find a way not to use him because that's what he's been in his career. So I mean, it's not been a long one, but I feel like I would say no. I mean, will I still draft him in fantasy? Yes, because of the ceiling and because of the tight end depth. You got to take a guy like that, but I don't think I'll reach for him just because of the ceiling. But, I'm more of a floor guy anyway. So just threw in some fantasy.
It's about fantasy because if he's producing fantasy points, there's no doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But will you shoot? Tight end is such a bad position generally after like the first couple that he could be worth a shot because there's very few other guys who have that level of ceiling to be able to put, like you could see if Pitts goes off, you could easily see him have 10 touchdowns and 1,300 yards, and none of us would be surprised because of his ability. And there's not many tight ends in the league that could say that. So that's why we'll all be enticed to. Nobody would hate if you took Pitts around earlier than he should because of his ceiling. You know what I'm saying? But he could come back and put 600 yards up and everyone be like, yeah, saw that.
You get it. But always after the fact. Everybody gets their hindsight. Oh yeah, I told you. Nah, you didn't see
Oh
that
yeah,
crap.
exactly.
Like Jeff Mann says, say it with your chest at the beginning. Don't wait until after the fact and be like, yeah, I told you
Yeah,
so.
you
Nah,
gotta.
with your chest at the beginning. Right. So and he gonna be at the oh, by the way, I am going to the Fantasy Football Expo this weekend. Looking forward to running into Jeff Manns, Howard Bender. What's the other guy I listen to in the morning time? Man, I know he's gonna.
Did you say
anyway,
Marcus something?
Marcus Grant's gonna be there. There's some other guys too. I listen to on there. But anyway, I think that I know I agree with you both. Like his breakout is waiting to happen. Most tight ends break out around year 3 anyway, right? Year 3, year 4, where they really start to come on, and really it's going to come down to Arthur Smith and whoever is running the offense. Because if you're not actively trying to get the ball in this guy's hand, need to be fired. Point blank.
Bottom line.
I mean, it's you can't have him on the field running routes to be a decoy. You can't have him on the field blocking all the time. That dude needs to be running routes, getting the ball, making plays.
Yeah, because you think about sorry, JB, but you think about real quick when Mahomes goes to Kelsey, everyone knows he's going in and he still makes it happen. Remember with Rodgers and Adams, everyone knew it was going there and they still did it. And those are the two of the best 3 quarterbacks in the last 6-7 years. And those guys are force feeding it. Why not them to say, look, force feed this guy he's that good?
The horse, man. Let that boy frolic. Let him run in the stable. Let him just go out there and just run.
Do not overcomplicate things. Sometimes it's just pitch and catch, basically.
Yeah, you ain't lying, man. Let's go.
Uncle Rico there and at least have 225 and 2 touchdowns.
Oh, Uncle Rico will be feeding him big time.
At least.
The last team from the NFC South. We got, will the change of scenery be good for Derek Carr? Derek Carr known to shed a tear here and there. So that's what will this scenery be good for him? What do you think, Joey?
Derek Carr?
Derek Carr.
I think the change of scenery is a good thing for Derek Carter. I think with the expectations are not there compared to what they were last year. They are not there.
I mean, I don't mean to cut you off, but him coming there made them the favorite to win their division.
No one's talking about it though.
Yeah, remember we looked at the over-unders last year. They had the Raiders trying to 8.5 wins, right? What's there this year?
What's the Saints win? What's their over-under wins currently?
Probably 7.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just guessing, but
I think I'm intrigued for Carr because he is going to a situation that it's not a terrible situation on offense. He has guys to throw it to. His starting running back, his running back is out for 3 games, right? I don't know. I'm not too sure if
Jamal Williams
is there. It's an intriguing situation for Carr. I think that this could be
Saints. They got to take the 9.5, bro.
9.5.
Oh, geez. So they definitely are riding them.
Yep.
So a higher win total compared to what they were favored to get last year. So, but no one's talking about. I think everyone is expecting Derek Carr to
the highest and has the highest over and under in the NFC South, 9.5.
Wow. I think a change of scenery is good for Derek Carr. He's in a weak division. I think they may have the best roster in the division, possibly.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm surprised. I'm going to cut you off. I'm surprised Chris have a question about is Michael Thomas actually going to play this year? But
I had Michael Thomas down, but I'm like, oh, of course. I've always been a Michael Thomas guy, but I actually erased it. I don't think I wasn't thinking about it.
Okay.
Hey, that dude's hey. paid in full.
Yeah, get your monies.
Absolutely.
Get your money
Yeah,
in
to me, I think that
my foot.
I think that I agree at some level that it is. They're a quiet, even if it is 9 wins, they're a quiet 9 wins because I
Yeah.
think everyone was loving that AFC West last year, and everybody, it was all talked up. So Derek Carr can kind of, I would say, kind of go under the radar. And if they have a chance to win that division, I think that they, I mean, there are some what ifs on that team there with Kamara. What is he? Has he got his suspension? He's 2 games.
Yeah, he got 3 games.
3 games. So Michael Thomas, that is one of my boys. I think that we still know what he's a couple years removed from being probably the best receiver in football. The Olave looked like he was, he looked legit last year. So
They had him as wide receiver 12 right now in fantasy.
yeah, so I mean, it isn't like they don't have any weapons. And Carr, we've seen Carr dominate what JB knows it better than all of us with the Carr just killing him. But he had an MVP year going a couple years ago, so he has the talent.
His freaking broke his leg in the championship round.
Oh yeah, so I mean, he definitely has the talent, and a change of scenery could be good. We've seen that happen before. So I think that I think guys are kind of counting him out. But I mean, look at like a Jared Goff. I mean, everyone thought, oh, he's Matthew Stafford, they get rid of him and get a better quarterback in, and Goff goes to Detroit, and Goff's looked like a pretty good quarterback there. So I think Carr could do the same kind of thing.
He should be something. He was the first guy taken.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say that I think the change of scenery will be good for him. There's just a lot of drama, and there's a lot of expectations on them to try to, and that was a tough division where now he's going into a very winnable division. Every one of these teams that we've talked about is very flawed. You got Bryce Young with a rookie quarterback. I mean, every one of these teams, you have no clue what the quarterback situation there in Tampa Bay is, so I mean, this is a winnable division, and he doesn't even have to probably win 9 games, get you conference win it. So I mean, yeah, I think that I'm trusting in Carr this year, but I don't know if they'll win 9 games. We'll see in my over/under pick, but 9.5 is a lot of games for them. I guess they're just gonna beat their division up, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, 6-0 in your division, you got to win 4 more games out of
exactly.
Out of what, 11?
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, that's probably why I guess they're thinking they're just going to dominate their division, I guess.
I think Derek Carr, good change of scenery, is yes. I think he's like I feel that he's going there. He's still gonna feel some pressure because the Saints are the favorite in the NFC South. I mean, he ain't going there like no expectations, can be sitting there chilling. He got to go there and he has to win, because if you are the favorite and they bring in you a quarterback who once was an MVP candidate and you go in there and you suck, you're done. It's over. It's a wrap.
Right.
So, yeah. So I think that it's so crazy that Devontae Adams went there for Derek Carr, and then the Raiders got rid of Derek Carr. It's like, that just made no sense to me. But anyway, there's no loyalty. All right. This is a good question right now, because the next question is really good. Because dudes is trying to get their funds, and the NFL is not trying to give these dudes their funds. They trying to play games with these guys. So the question is, are running backs being I already know what Chris is going to say. I already know it. I already know. Are running backs being undervalued by teams, or do you side with the owners and not paying them the big contracts they are asking for? I'll start with you, Chris, because I kind of know what your answer is going to be. Go ahead and tell us.
Well, as much as I would say to these running backs, you got to get your money, I also, as a business owner, know that guys are basically worth what the market says they are, right? So if now, obviously, these guys, we're coming into some of these great running backs. Like, no one's even saying they're not great, but they're valued now at this point to almost a step above kickers, which is pretty crazy. But the market is telling you what you're worth. And so if they're saying that a guy is not worth paying these monster deals for, then why would an owner pay them and then hamstring their team, where you're talking about they could overpay, like a Jonathan Taylor, as good as he is, or like Zeke. You look at how much is it actually done in the Super Bowl column, where you're talking about Kansas City, right? If you're looking at, that's the mold of the teams that we want. They've got a carousel of running backs. Now they've got a guy now who looks like he could go, but they'll still probably run 3 or 4 other guys out there just because that's what they do. So at this point in the league, it's a copycat league where you're going, well, if I want to beat Kansas City, let's try to do what they're doing. They're just getting guys off the street, basically. They're drafting these guys. Hilaire is pretty good, doesn't turn into a beast. All right, we'll now go get another guy, Pacheco, and then we'll ride him until he kind of falls off, and then we'll get another guy. To me, these superstar running backs, it does not equate to, look at as good as Najee Harris was supposed to be, right? He was supposed to be a generational type of running back. It hasn't really done anything for Pittsburgh, right? Look at a guy like Philly last year. Miles Sanders has a breakout year. They're like, all right, see ya, because they know that there's other guys out there. Now, maybe you lose a little bit of value.
They'll still run their quarterback into the ground, which makes no sense. But go ahead.
But to me, it's just one of those things where it's just like when we draft in fantasy, if you're saying a guy is worth a second-round pick, right, at his best, and you can get him in the 4th round, then that's an incredible pick. If he gives you in the 2nd round, then all of a sudden you're going, well, that's all he's going to give you. You're always looking for those steals and things later on. So to me, I don't blame these guys, because if all of a sudden you overpay for a running back, you're now behind the 8 ball. You can't blame these owners for just trying to put out a winning product from year after year. And these guys will eventually get paid. I don't necessarily blame the players, because of course they want to get paid. And those guys, when we were growing up, the superstars were the running backs in the league. The league has shifted, and the running backs are still, the thing is that from a fantasy standpoint, these guys are still superstars. Saquon Barkley is still a superstar in terms of name recognition and who we know and all those things. But on the field, his production it doesn't equate to, now Joey will argue, because we've had this argument of what Saquon has meant to the Giants. I agree with that, but I don't think that it's worth the juice is not worth the squeeze of what you have to pay these guys. Joey?
Chris and JB, Buttons, who is watching, millions.
Buttons! What's up, Buttons?
I agree with Chris in some areas, and I agree with the owners. And they're just trying to do the best that they can with the funds to put out a winning product. However, I think it all depends on the situation. When I think of guys like Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Nick Chubb, Austin Eckler, these are guys that are the leaders in total yards in the entire league. And those offenses, maybe not, well, I'm not going to necessarily say what the Chargers do. The Chargers throw the ball everywhere. However, the Giants gave a whole lot of money to their quarterback, who we still don't know. Of course, I'm a homer when it comes to him, but we don't even know if he is the actual guy yet. The thing is, it has shifted away from the running backs to we're going to throw everything into a quarterback. The word is, if you don't have a quarterback, you are nothing. So most of the quarterbacks in the league are overpaid by a lot. Daniel Jones, for what he has done in his career in New York, is completely overpaid. And the only success that he has is because of the running back who practically sets up every single great play that Daniel Jones makes. Tennessee went on a run to the AFC Championship a couple years ago, riding the legs of their running back. So
Yeah,
I think in
they just
situations,
lost because of Tannehill and bad pass.
right. I think situations where your running back is of that importance to your offense, you should pay those guys. But there are instances where there are running backs who are just basic players who are just coming in, spelling the other guys, and they're just part of a very small part of the offense. I don't think that's the case for Saquon Barkley, and it's unfair that they're going to compare him to the market value of an average running back in the NFL.
Yeah, but Joey, look, if I said here, if you take the complete average running back, right, and a top 3 quarterback, right? So I wrote down Joe Burrow and James Cook, right? Would you take that?
You brought James Cook up again.
Yeah, because he's an average running back. To me, he's an average running back. So would you take Burrow and Cook, or would you take Goff and Saquon Barkley?
Goff and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, that's in your backfield. You're taking Goff and Barkley, or you're taking Joe Burrow and Cook as your backfield.
In that situation, I'm going to take Goff and Barkley.
No way. To me, it's not even a question. I'm taking Burrow and Cook.
Yeah, I'm taking Burrow and Cook too.
Saquon, but it's different. Saquon's situation with the Giants is different.
Yeah, because every team don't got Joe Burrow.
True,
but that's what I'm saying. You're talking about like a very average quarterback. You can't replace a top 3 quarterback. You can replace a top 3 running back with an average guy. If you have, I'm putting all my money in my eggs in the basket.
But you may not necessarily be able to. You got a good.
Your line is real good.
All right, but even still,
you have a better chance.
Yeah. All right, well, Daniel Jones is basically Goff, right? So you switch out for Goff or Jones. They're in the mid-level guys. They're basically average guys. Joe Burrow, you put him on Cincinnati. And, you take James Cook and put him on Cincinnati. You're telling me still that Cincinnati's not favored and still a Super Bowl favorite?
Well, that's because they have a special quarterback. There are only 4 special quarterbacks.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. These guys are willing to pay quarterbacks. They're not willing to pay special running backs. Don't matter in the NFL that much anymore. They just don't equate to anything.
Don't tell Tennessee that, because their special running back is the only reason why they did what they did.
Has Tennessee been to a Super Bowl?
They're going to go on that because I definitely get the whole market thing. They're going to just stay on that. However, it's different based on your particular situation. The Giants should pay Saquon Barkley, and they shouldn't have given all that money to Daniel Jones. However, because of the market of what quarterbacks are, Daniel Jones was going to get all of that money for having one good season.
And look, so y'all don't go back and forth. I want us to get this thing moving. This is my thought. Are running backs undervalued? Depends, right? But what I do have on my paper, what I do really believe in, is not every running back is created equal. You cannot, if you sit here and you're the coach, pay that man. Make sure the man's healthy and pay him.
Pay that.
That dude is a game changer. He's a game breaker.
Yes, he is.
Right? Derrick Henry, a game breaker. Derrick Henry will grind you and grind you and grind you and then hit you for 80 yards on the ground. Saquon the same way. You got to give those guys decent contracts. Don't lowball them. looks like the salary for a franchise tag for a running back is what, 11 million. And then what Saquon got?
Saquon, and I think it's more like 9 to 10 million because he
I
got
think 11. I think Tony Pollard did the same thing.
he
signed
got
him
an
for-
incentive to get it to 11 million. They were
okay.
nice. Well,
Well, look, and then also if you are a running back and you're good, more than likely you're gonna get used up. See, the difference is the NFL isn't like the NBA. The NBA, a good player comes in, he plays, he gets worse, but his next contract is better than what he got when he was a rookie.
mm-hmm.
Even though he's not the same player, they still get paid more money. And the NFL is like opposite. The running back, they come in and grind down to the ground. Now they don't want to pay him anymore. Right? I mean, like back in the day, like I said, the running backs were the stars. They were the main players. The league is a passing league now. We understand that. But even though it's a passing league, you got to have good running backs in your backfield. You got to.
Unless you have all world quarterbacks.
But even when you have all world quarterbacks, okay.
Which the Giants,
for example, here, perfect example. All world quarterback Tom Brady, the GOAT. Tampa Bay does not win the championship without playoff Lenny. They do not win the championship without playoff Lenny. They don't go to the Super Bowl without playoff Lenny that year. They don't.
No, I agree. I mean, I think that if you look at, I'm not even saying that it is. I'm just saying that the market is telling you where the value is, and so as much as those guys want to get paid, if the league is saying I'm not willing to overpay, they're just stuck. There's not a lot that they can do.
They shouldn't get overpaid. They should get paid their value. Every guy is not valued the same. I mean, quarterbacks going to get paid. They're going to get their money. If you have an offense, you know, like they pay who they pay. They pay the wide receivers get paid a lot now. And then they pay a lot to tackles. The tackles going to get paid more than guards. That's why Zach Martin holding out. He's supposed to be like number one offensive lineman in the league, but yet he got guys getting paid more than him. He's holding out. Joy Jones like, well, we can't pay him. What? You got the most valuable freaking team in the world, but you can't pay your best player.
I did hear him say, well, we got to use that money to pay number 11.
But you got to.
He did say that.
You can make that happen, right? But anyway, yeah, because you can't let Parsons go nowhere. Lower how much?
He can't let him go nowhere.
Yeah, but yeah,
he's going to get further than what.
I tell you what, running backs may not get paid by the owners, but they will get drafted in the first 2 rounds of a fantasy football league.
Oh, you right about that?
Oh yeah. And I will wear them out, giving them ball all the time.
Especially running backs who get some touches and whatever. Yeah, they gonna get drafted.
If I'm the owner of my fantasy team, my running back better be getting the ball. He better be getting the ball. How many touches?
Exactly.
He needs.
We don't undervalue you in the fantasy running back.
No, not at all.
So how Joey
quarterbacks are actually undervalued. Quarterbacks are undervalued in fantasy.
I'm gonna tip my hat to you guys. In fantasy football,
I need at least 400 touches for my RB1.
All right, give me one guy 400. I don't care if he
give it to him. Wear that dude out.
I don't care if he can't walk.
I need him to be Earl Campbell at the end of the season.
Exactly. I need him to he'd be Roger Craig, 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yards rushing.
They better be stretchering him off at the end of the season. They gotta wheel him out because he's getting so many touches.
That's what we do in our
All right. So our next thing we talk about our over and under win totals for this season. I don't know if Buttons wants to jump in on this one.
I think Buttons is right there. He's
ready to pop on and pop off.
Matter of fact.
Oh, Buttons. Come on in.
I use bathroom.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Too much water, Joey.
Hey, Chris, while he's using the bathroom, let's run these numbers real quick so I can fill them in.
All right, hold on. All right, so it's alphabetical. You want to give it to you?
That's fine.
This is regular season though.
Yeah, that's what we doing.
That's what we did last year. So we got Arizona 4.5.
Dang.
Falcons 8.5.
Hold on. Let me I had my paper on the paper. So the Cardinals 4.5.
Buttons, what's up?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, shirt, what you got on there? Let me see. I'm looking at that shirt.
Got Teenage Mutant
TMNT.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Got right
Oh.
here.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I love them when they always fall into the little sinkhole.
All right, we got the Cardinals. Who you say next?
So the Cardinals are 4.5. Atlanta's 8.5.
Atlanta Falcons are 8.5. Wow.
Yeah. Ravens at 10.5.
Dang.
The Bills at 10.5.
Ooh, disrespectful.
Panthers at 7.5.
Hold on. So
Man,
Bills
they're
at
liking
10.
the Bears.
Bills at 10.5. The Panthers at 7.5.
Yeah.
All right.
Bears at 7.5.
Buttons, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. Some heated action lately from you fellas.
Yeah, Buttons.
I like it. I like it. And I mean, to me, I mean, look, I don't even know if you want my opinion, but
Yeah,
I
let us
don't
have it.
do.
I don't
well, duh. But
want to put your ass on mute. Save it.
blame.
Let me get these numbers
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
give me your opinion.
All right,
Can I do that first?
All right, yes.
All right, thank you. Then I get your opinion. Go ahead,
I got
Chris.
All right, so the Bengals are at 11. Browns at 9.5.
So Bengals at 11.
Who that?
Dang. And the
Who that?
Browns at 9?
9.5.
Okay.
Dallas, no respect there at 10.
10? Okay. Same as last year. That's okay.
Denver 8.5.
What?
Let's rock.
Let's ride.
Let's
Giddy
ride.
up.
Let's
Denver
go.
8.5.
Well, can't wait.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Detroit 9.5.
Ankle biters.
Lions 9.5. Okay.
Green Bay 7.5.
Ooh.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
All right.
Texans 6.5.
Texans get some respect.
Colts 6.5.
Got a deal.
And Jags 9.5. They're all same division, so they're right there.
Uh-huh.
Kansas City 11.5.
Look at that.
Las Vegas 6.5. Chargers 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
Rams 6.5.
No respect. Dang, the Rams ain't gonna bounce back. Jeez, that's the respect.
Miami 9.5.
OCB and Rodney like to hear that. I'm sure.
Vikings, they have them coming back down to earth. 8.5. They had what, 13 wins? They think they're 5 wins worse.
Yeah.
I mean, they did have a lot of close ones. So New England is 7.
Joey going over on that one.
Oh, yes, I am.
They got the ultimate molder.
Grade 7.
What'd you say?
Grade 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saints at 9.
I had 9.5. Other one. Okay.
Giants at 7.5.
Joey's not happy about that.
Oh my.
Jets 9.5.
The Jets getting all that respect because of Aaron Rodgers.
Philly is 11.5.
What? Jeez.
Pittsburgh is 8.5.
Is the whole AFC South going to the playoffs?
San Francisco is 10.5.
No more.
Uh-huh.
Seattle is 8.5.
Hey, Seattle. We got a deal.
This guy right here.
Go Hawks. Y'all remember that? Go Hawks.
Tampa is 6. Titans are 7.5. And then Washington bringing up the rear, 6.5.
Eric
Man, they got
Bieniemy
no
out there.
respect for Washington.
Eric Bieniemy out here got people mad at him.
Yeah, he's coming too hard for him.
He's coming in hot.
Go ahead and give us your opinion, bud. Go ahead.
All right, Buttons.
Let me
Let
tell
us
you,
have it.
just real quick, just from my perspective, okay. I blame, and I don't know when the last agreement was signed. I blame these players for signing a poor agreement. Okay, these rookie contracts, while they're better, okay, they are giving them way too many years, and on top of that, way too many franchisable years as well. If you want to correct the market, I think you need to do 3-year rookie contracts, and then you will get paid for what you're worth.
I like that idea. I like that idea.
You can franchise them 1 year after that, and that's it. That is it.
I like that idea.
Yeah, because that's what hurts them is they can just franchise them and just run them into the ground and then use them up.
They sign these guys, Chris, like Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow, to like 10-year contracts because they know they're going to last 10 years. They're not going to do that for running backs because they're not going to last 10 years.
No
if you
way.
Shorten the time frame, you're going to get those guys paid.
Yeah, I would agree.
Stephen A. Smith said something. I was like, it sounds like a good idea, but that's never going to fly. He said specifically for the running back position, because they're not being valued in some ways that they should, that the running back should be able to leave college early so they can get into the NFL earlier to get deals earlier.
Joey, you know I'm 100% on board with that because it's don't even get me started.
Right.
It's unconstitutional to not have these players to be able to go right to the NFL when they turn 18. They're men. Now, I'll just leave it at that. We're not going to get into that discussion tonight.
As a college football fan, I do not want to see that happen. I'll tell you that. I'm not even getting into morals. I'm saying that better not happen because I want to see good games on Saturday. It is all about me and watching good college football on Saturday. They better not change that.
All right, here we go.
I like that idea, Buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Shorter contracts.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. See, I already put you on there, Buttons. I was thinking about you.
I like that. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. Of course.
Let's get it on. Let's get it on.
All right. So the NFC West first. On the over and under on the Rams, I got the 49ers. I got the over. They probably win 11 games. Joy, what you got?
I'll take the over, JB.
All right. Chris.
I'm going over.
Over. Buttons.
I'm taking the under. They win 10 games.
Oh,
all right.
man.
Rams.
No
over and under 6.5. Buttons. Over or under?
I have them over.
Over. Okay.
I got
Chris.
under.
Under. Jeez. Joey.
Over.
I got the over too. Cardinals. I got they'll win. No. Under. Joey.
Over.
I got under.
Buttons.
Under.
Man, Joey's the only one with Cardinals.
Surprise team of the NFL last year, the Seahawks. Buttons. What you got? Over or under?
I have them slightly under.
I'm with Buttons here, slightly
You
under.
got them 8 and 9.
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
I also have them winning 8.
All right, Joey.
Under.
I'm going over. All right, here we go. AFC West.
Uh-oh.
Broncos.
We're about to ride.
Look.
It's Rob.
Under. They'll win 8 games. Joey.
Over. What a awful coaching job last year.
I'm off this horse. I'm going under. I just got bucked off. Oh, is Buns riding?
Over.
Oh, let's ride.
Okay. All
All
right,
for
the
coaching
Chiefs.
job last year.
11 and a half. It's a big number for the Chiefs. Chiefs and the Eagles got the biggest numbers on the board.
Way over.
He wants it. He wants that capital lot. He put an exclamation point there.
Yeah.
Give me the over.
I'll join with the over.
He wants a way over.
All right. Not down to Chiefs anymore. Raiders with Jimmy G. Yeah, I'll go with the under. Joey.
I will take the under.
He's like he was constipated.
Oh,
We'll take the under.
the under. I'll also take the under.
Buttons.
Under.
Chargers 9.5. New offensive coordinator.
Under.
Ooh.
Ooh. I'll take the over.
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 Yeah, I'm going
for
I
overrated.
think they're good for a 10.
But
I think they're good for a 10 or 11. All right, Eagles, I'll go with the over. They should probably win 12 games. Joey,
Over.
I'll take the over.
Buttons.
Fly Eagles.
under.
Under, okay. All right, Cowboys, Buttons. Don't disrespect.
Over.
Buttons, that's what I'm talking about. Chris,
I'm going over.
under. Right, Joey?
Over.
Oh, was he disrespectful? Yeah, the Cowboys have won 12 games in back-to-back years, so I think they're probably a little better this year too. So yeah, Giants 7.5.
JB, it looked like you put a 0 on the Cowboys.
There you go.
What? No, there it is.
There you go.
That's
Giants. I get Giants 8 wins, still losing season. Joey,
over.
I'll
Chris,
take the over. He's still got to take a shot.
Opening night, JB's gonna learn the hard way.
Under.
where they playing at? They playing in New York?
I don't know.
I tell you this. You tell me. You said over, Buttons,
Under for sure. For sure under.
Joey. You mentioned Daniel Jones in this conversation, and you mentioned Micah Parsons in this conversation.
I did.
Just think about that. Just think about
That
that.
is in New York. Dallas is a -3.5 right now.
Oh,
And when's the last time Dak lost to the Giants?
Like, give me some time.
Yeah, think about that. Okay. Think about it for real though. Think about it. It's been about 3 or 4 years. All
yeah.
right, but
I am a believer. Please, Washington, do not mess this up. You have to start this kid all year long.
damn how
Over.
we start this weekend, Buttons. All right.
Man, this one's right. I'm on the fence here with this one. Give me the under.
Gee.
Joey.
Over. Step
Under.
in time.
Just for GP reasons. Forget them.
7 and 10.
All right. All right. I didn't even spell their name right. Okay. The Jets, 9.5. I'm gonna go with the over. Joey.
Aaron Rodgers is no longer a doucher. Over.
Who?
Oh my
Yeah, he's no longer a doucher, is what he said.
God.
Over.
Are you saying that Aaron Rodgers was using douche?
Huge doucher last year.
he did seem like a doucher.
He definitely.
Okay.
He is back.
Give me the over here.
Way over.
He wants another way over.
All right. Buttons, your boys. The cover athlete of Madden.
Under.
Ooh.
But still
Oh, jeez.
still giving it to him.
Yeah, he just He's taking his shots.
Let's give it to
Give me the over here.
10 wins under.
Ooh.
7. I'm gonna go with the over. They'll win 11. Patriots under. Joey
Way over.
over.
Ooh, way over. Ooh,
You want a way over?
way over.
Way over.
Oh, geez. Give me the under.
Under.
Joey.
All right. JB, I'm going. Oh no, we got Dolphins. I'm sorry,
Maybe.
Dolphins 9.5 buttons.
Slightly under.
Oh, CB,
Yeah, I'm going under here.
he's feeling the burn.
I've been
burn.
9-8. 9-8. Still making
I
the
had him
playoffs.
I had him at 9.
9-8.
Indian burn. Look, what they gotta say? Do Indian burn.
Yeah.
They doing nipple pinches. All right. That's them half baked when they got said that they do an Indian burn down
Indian
there. All right, Chris, what you got?
Under.
Under. Joey.
Slightly.
Over.
Ooh. Chris and Rodney.
Oh,
Under.
wow. Hot rod. Don't
Did
take
you hear me?
The old hot rod.
The hot
Okay.
one.
All right, so we got the because Tua will not make it through this season. Okay, Saints. I got the over just because
that?
they will win 6 games in the division and 4 games out of the next
who that?
11 easily. Joey,
Over. Who that?
Chris.
I got the under.
Ooh.
Who that?
All right, so I
So
have
you're saying,
them. I
so
have
you're
them-
saying the
yeah.
NFC South will have a team in the playoffs with a losing record, basically.
So
Well,
I have
maybe
them. I mean, I have them winning
I don't know.
9, but I'm going to go under because there's
Ooh.
no 0.5.
there's no
Okay.
0.5 there. I'm not sure why Bet Online doesn't
So
have
look,
always.
All right, Buttons. So you got the Falcons 8.5.
Okay. By the way,
Gone.
first of all, to Joey's point or soliloquy that he so eloquently did previously in the show, this team is not in tank mode. Okay, this team has a division that's ripe for the picking. Okay,
Right? Go ahead, Bud.
this
tell
is
him.
over.
Hanging
Over. This is a 9-win team.
low hanging fruit. There you
What
go.
the heck? I also had them at 9 wins.
Yeah.
Give me the over.
Under.
Joey wants some tank mode.
You-
Hey,
Bucks
Panthers.
Bucks might be in tank mode.
I say
Yeah.
under. I don't think they'll win 7 games.
Under.
They win 7. Joey,
Under.
under.
Go under.
If this team starts my guy, they're going over. Give me the over.
He's already the starter. All right. Bucks, 6 wins with
Under.
Maker Bayfield. What you got?
Yeah, well, if they started Trask, I might go over, but under.
Under.
Give me. Oof, I'm with Buttons on this with the no half. Go ahead and go under. They might be in tank mode here.
Over.
Ooh.
Titans 7.5. Got the King good. King good for 8 wins, man. Come on now.
By himself.
Good for 8, at least 8 or 9 wins.
He's
That's
like,
the
I'll
King.
carry you to 8.
And they got good coaching. They got a good coach. So much respect. All right,
Yep.
Joey.
Standing coach. What he did the other day, that was an amazing gesture.
I mean, they'll get 5 wins in the division. They'll beat the Colts twice, Texans twice, and Jags once. 5.
Over.
You know what I'm saying? All you need is like what, 3 more wins?
Will they?
Over, JB.
They will, Buttons. They will.
Give me the under.
Not
All
so
right.
fast. Not so fast, JB. Give me the under. But
I saw that finger waving. You were like, so the Matumbo finger. All right, Colts 6.5.
The Colts 6.5. That is way under.
Way under. That's the first. That's the first way under we got.
I'm actually again with buttons. I'm a way under also.
Yes.
Who's the Colts coach this year?
I don't even know.
I have no idea.
The two from the Eagles.
Oh yeah, the guy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You got Joey under, over.
I will also take way under.
Ooh.
Way under. That's
Man, everyone better run to the
run to
Betting
the
board now.
run to the overs, everybody.
Yeah.
all right. Texans 6.5. I'm going under. Even though they got D'Amico Ryans as coach. So what? All right, Joey.
Under.
I'm going. You going a way under, Joey, or under?
Under.
I'm going with a way under. Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Buttons.
Just an under.
Just an under, right?
You didn't want to join.
Jags 9.5. The darlings of the NFL this year. The Jags. Doug Peterson, Trevor Lawrence, Calvin Ridley, Travis Etienne.
The man that was born to play the position of quarterback. Over on the Jags.
Got you.
Not way over. I need
No,
to
not way over. Not way over. Just over.
I mean, mine should be way over because I'm going way under. So, but I'm just going over. Somehow it's
Schedule that's the tough schedule.
But you gonna say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
not me. Too scared.
Yeah,
Not
but you
enough
don't make money.
conviction.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Joey.
Over.
I got the over as well. The Vikings.
Like,
Uncle Herb, how you feeling out there?
Uncle Herb is going to be. He thinks that there's a bunch of jobbers on this Vikings team.
Vikings gotta play I gotta play a tougher schedule. That means they gotta go to they gotta play the Niners, they gotta play the Eagles. 8.5. I'm gonna go with the over. I think they still get 9. 9 and 8 can still happen for them.
Join you, JB.
All right.
I'm going.
join me
I'm
for
saying this one
over.
with my chest. I'm going way over.
ooh.
Way over.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, over.
But hey,
He
I
said-
missed. I was
he
all on the
said it.
Packers last year, and you saw that went. So
Hear what he said, everybody. He said he's gonna say it with his mother effing chest.
Yeah.
All right, bud.
This is just a soft over.
Soft over. Okay, bud.
Soft
We,
one.
Yeah.
Buzz, we understand, bud.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We got the Bears at 7.5.
Bears.
The monsters of the Midway.
Under.
Ooh.
yeah, I'm going under.
No respect for Justin Fields.
Yeah. I do like Justin Fields, but
Over.
Ooh. Under. All right. They'll get 7 wins. They're not ready for prime time yet.
you had over on the Bears, Joey?
Over. Yes.
All right.
Lions 9.5. I'm gonna go with the under. I give them 9 wins. They okay, but they ain't that okay yet.
Under.
Joey? Under. Okay. Chris?
I'm going over.
Ooh. A hard.
No,
Yeah.
just slightly.
Yeah, can't want that
I'm a
blank.
believer of the Lions.
Yeah.
I'm going over, not way over, but over.
Okay. Lions. It looks like the Lions gonna be the favorites for the NFC North. Okay, the Packers.
Unlike the Lions, I am not a believer in the Packers. This is a way under.
Oh,
Man, you got old boy getting fired this year, basically.
Poof.
I'll go
Right.
under here.
He gone. Say what, Chris?
Under here.
Under? There he go.
JB, you don't have any conviction yet. You're not ways. You're right here with Vegas.
Right
I'll
there,
Yeah,
take the
right
over.
there.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't think anything they've missed big time?
Vegas is too smart. They are.
I think they,
They know what they're doing.
close to the best, but just playing the numbers, man. So the Packers probably not better than the Lions this year. Vikings got that number. The Bears' daddy is gone, so
He is gone.
Yeah, I own you. I own you. I'm gonna go with the under and go with old boy getting canned this year if he goes under. All right, we got the Steelers. Mr. Godfather. How you feeling about that Godfather? Godfather, if you watch this, if you go back and watch the Godfather, remember, if you're going to be in a survivor pool, the money is due the week before, okay? You can't wait until all the teams are picked and then choose a team and be mad that the only team left is the Ravens. Godfather. Okay.
He's like, I'm out.
Yeah. I'm like, man, he worse than Joey. You got the rules, you got the information, and you hit me up on Sunday saying, "Can I pick my team now?" No.
The league snuck up on him. The games.
Let you choose Monday. He's like, "No, I got the Ravens. I ain't doing it." Ravens won, but he didn't want to be in his power pool. Okay. Anyway, Steelers. Have they had a losing season yet? No.
They have not.
It stays alive. I give them 9 wins. All right.
The standard is the standard.
Here we go. There you go. Oh.
First time losing season under.
Oh.
Man, me and Chris are like lockstep here. But I have them on my sheet right here in front of me with 8 under.
Ooh, under. Okay. All right.
They-
Browns. Giving the Browns 9.5.
I kind of do like the Browns this year, but I actually have the Browns at 9 wins. I'm going under.
Under.
I'm going under here.
Joey.
Under.
I am joining the fray. Bengals at 11. When is Joe Burrow coming back?
I'm not sure. I think it sounds like he'll be ready week 1, but I don't know. Is he?
He
Hope
could
so.
use it as leverage for his contract, stay out as long as possible, and then they start losing. Then he comes back. I'll also go here with the under.
And they're still good for 10 wins. Chris.
I'm going over here.
10 wins is the number. I'm going under.
All right. Ravens 10.5. Lamar Jackson contract. You got
I'm
Jones,
going. I do like that.
Odell Beckham Jr. Woo! You got Mark Andrews out there, and then Ravens D. Buttons, what you got?
I don't like any of these predictions for Vegas in the AFC North. I mean, I like the under. I mean, I like a lot of these teams, but this is just too high. 10 wins.
I'm actually right at 11 on my list, so I'm going to over. But yeah, I'm right around there.
Go with the strong over where you were talking.
It just snuck over.
I'm at 13 wins on my list.
Joey's a strong. He's saying that with his chest.
Look at the conviction in
Possibly the
right
best team in the AFC.
What was that? What was that? What did you say?
Possibly.
Best team in the AFC. All right, here we go. Next game we doing NFC South winners. I got the Saints.
I'll go with the Aints also.
I'll go Atlanta.
Now we're talking.
Saints.
The Dirty Birds are back.
Saints. Falcons.
Me and Buttons are getting it.
All right. AFC South. Who you got, Buttons?
AFC South. I have the Jaguars.
Yeah, same for me.
Don't worry, Buttons. I'll correct your font later.
Just
All
fill it all up.
Old little fonts.
I'm just a little guy.
Yeah, he's just. This is his first year, so he's just looking in right now.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes, though. You know how it is.
Fill it all up.
Fill her up.
Another one.
All right, NFC North. I'm gonna go with the Lions. Joey.
Packers.
Oh,
Oh my God.
What the hell on?
But
yeah, he
Okay.
had the over. That's
Yeah.
one of his convictions. Clear,
Oh.
Joey. That should have been a way over if you had him at. You think they're gonna win the division? That's a 7.5.
All right. Chris.
That is the way over, Chris.
You got to go back and change that as a way over.
I'll fix it.
I'm gonna go Minnesota. Ham and Eggers. How about little fonts here? What's little? Oh, you going Lions?
Yeah. All right. AFC North. Who you got, Buttons?
I'm taking the Bengals.
What is this? AFC North. Yeah, give me Cincy.
Loaded division.
Joey's got it. The Ravens.
David.
13.
NFC East. I don't care. Going Cowboys. Joey. Giants.
You know what to do, JB.
Oh my God.
Cowboys. Wait. No, Eagles.
Are you gonna be scared? Are you gonna be scared? Man, he got Chris.
Yeah, Eagles.
That's a clear one, JB.
Crazy as hell.
Dem boys.
Oh,
Buttons always on time, Joey.
Buttons. Number 11 can't play quarterback and
Dak Prescott will not throw double-digit interceptions.
Dak will have a better receiving core
Watch.
this year.
Watch.
he can't spin like Booby.
Under 10
Yes.
interceptions.
And
Book it.
when next week when the Cowboys sign Dalvin Cook, your jaw gonna drop.
He ain't going there.
Okay.
He
Don't
ain't
sleep
going
on
there,
it.
JB.
The Cowboys second running back is somebody I don't even know.
How much money are they going to give Dalvin Cook?
And they can get the bag.
Because they can't franchise Dalvin Cook and Pollard.
Don't-
They
give him some-
drafted JB. They drafted a nice young kid too at that running
Yeah,
back.
but he's a scat back. Scat back.
No,
Goofball.
no, he did. I like that kid. Put him back there. Yeah.
No, I love the kid, but he ain't gonna get no daggone 10 touches a game. He broke.
how
Why
about
not,
signing?
JB?
How about signing Zeke back
Either way.
after
like-
that last play
think
of his
Dalvin
Cowboy
back.
career? You can't leave him like that.
I would want Dalvin back because Zeke does not have the breakaway ability he used to have. Dalvin Cook can still go for 60 and 70 yards run anytime on the field. Anyway,
Yeah, true.
Yep.
AFC East Buttons. Who you got? The Jets.
I have the New York Football Jets.
Hey, buddies. Hey.
Who you got?
I got Buffalo.
Joey.
Jets.
I got you, Buttons. I got the Bills.
All right.
All right, I got, even though I hate them, the 49ers. Joey.
I'll join you, JB.
Yeah, me too.
Join me, Joey. Join me.
Yeah, by default, I just have to go with the 49ers.
All right. The
What the-
AFC
His is all tiny.
West.
AFC West. The Chiefs, obviously.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Go on, JB. Just fill her up.
Fill her up.
Fill her up.
Fill it up again.
Chargers got to break through sooner or later, but I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I can't do it anymore. I can't trust
Have
it.
that same coach.
All right. NFC champ. We'll start with you, Buttons. Who's gonna be NFC champion in the runner-up?
The NFC champion will be the Dallas Cowboys.
But
All right.
I
Runner-up.
told you. The runner-up will be
Lions. All right, Chris, what you got for the
Give me Niners champ, Eagles runner up.
Brock Purdy gonna step up, huh, Joey?
Or do just enough, maybe.
Here we
I
go.
will take Eagles champs,
Let's now go back to Super Bowl.
and let's go
That's gonna happen.
I'm about to jump out of my chair.
49ers runner up.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. I was gonna say
Me and
if he,
Joey-
if he
me and
picked
Joey
the Packers,
flip-flop.
if he put the Packers there, I was about to jump out of this chair.
With
Not
the,
going there, but
I will go once again. I will go once again with the Cowboys, and
oh,
they will beat the Niners to get over their hump to win it. All right, AFC champion. I'm gonna go with. They cannot go back to Super Bowl. They cannot go back to Super Bowl, man. All right, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go. Let me see. Who else did I go? I'm gonna go with the Ravens. And the runner up, the Chiefs. They always end up in there. Who cares? I'm throwing out darts right now. There's a good team in the AFC. Joey, you got the Jets.
I'll go the Chiefs. And I'll go
Chiefs need to start winning Super Bowl.
the Ravens.
Chiefs, Ravens. Okay. All right, Chris.
I'm go the same as Joey. Chiefs, Ravens.
I was this close to putting Jacksonville as the runner up.
All right, Buttons.
The New York Jets
All right, and
Man, you're on that Kool-Aid.
over the Chiefs.
over the Chiefs. Okay.
Cowboys and Jets in your Super Bowl buttons.
That's it.
Oh, jeez. You better put money on that because you definitely would. Like if they have I wonder, let me look really quick. I wonder if they have that as like if they
Put
have
it down.
I wonder if they have like an actual.
So Joey got a rematch. Who wins the rematch?
It's going to be the same result, JB,
Man, please.
until God is no longer playing quarterback.
He retired this past year.
And dude,
Jesus, excuse me.
Yeah. See, one is a god and one is
he got
going to
what
be a deity at some
49ers or
point.
the Chiefs?
I got Chiefs win, Niners. Niners loser.
I didn't have him runner up. All right, Buttons.
See, Tom
Jets.
Brady did this the first time. You ain't listening, okay? Aaron Rodgers is going to do it this time. The Jets.
Aaron Rodgers. All right, over the boys. All right, here we go, people. There is our NFL over and unders, picks, division winners, and our playoff teams. We'll see how it goes. I can look at last year. This is how we did last year. Over and unders. Chris had 20 right, and I had 16. Joey 14.
And 2 of those are pushes.
Yeah, two were,
yeah.
and then division winners. I had Chris at 4 here. So
Didn't do
yeah,
great. So great there.
Joey Super Bowl. So yeah, not bad.
Right now, the Jets to win the Super Bowl 1,600 to plus 16 to lose plus 2,200.
Right.
And the Cowboys, this is for you, Buttons. The Cowboys are let me see, they're plus 1,000 to lose and plus 1,200 to win. You better put some money on it.
I will.
But what you need to do is find Cowboys Jets like the exact, because that's going to be crazy money.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they
You might
did.
as well put that on there now.
I'll put that on there. For sure.
You just got to
One
find it.
said he gonna put his money.
Where my
Where
mouth
his
is. And you know what I'm
mouth
telling
is.
you? I'm going to find a prop bet on Desmond Ritter, and I'm going to prove Joey wrong this year. I'll tell you that right now. If he
What are
starts-
you thinking his?
if
What are
he
you thinking
starts
his?
every game, that guy's good for 30 touchdowns. Watch. 30.
Desmond Ritter?
30. 30 total touchdowns for Desmond Ridder. If
They're
he's
not.
he's got to start every game.
Desmond Ridder
This is
is.
NFL.
Yeah, NFL.
Oh, you know what his. You know what his total is?
I would guess. Hang on, Chris. If I had to guess. Wait, hang on. I said total, right? So that includes rushing.
All right. So how many?
All right,
So this is.
So I think
This is
that
passes. So you
all right,
got to
so
have
passing. I think that number's probably at 18 and a half.
14 and a half. You better jump on that one too.
I'm jumping on that for sure. 14
Yeah,
and a half? The guy's going to start all year long. I hope.
How many picks?
That's easy. 14 and a half?
How many picks?
What's the over?
All right, Joey.
God.
You got your
I would say the over under 14 and a half.
You got your picks ready,
10,
Joey?
10 over under on
No,
the
I
picks.
All right.
Wow,
Okay,
10.
let's run these picks, man. I'm gonna
Well,
write them
because
on my
they don't
paper
think-
today.
they don't think I'm not
I have them ready for next week.
Yeah. All right. What do we got?
So we're doing
Joey's pick.
and I'm gonna go over the last two next week because I'm not pulling it up right now.
Yep.
I ain't got it.
Yeah.
All right, so we got our regular parlay, which I think Chris said has to be under a plus 300, I believe, at least. And then we got the magical one that Buttons will be shaking his head at once you start saying it.
I've got a perfect lock for you.
All right,
Plus
so okay, the locks,
264.
okay. So what's
All
the lock for? What's the locks, Joey?
Plus 264
Plus 264 on FanDuel, right?
on
Uh-huh.
FanDuel.
FanDuel, everybody. It's on FanDuel. All right, what we got, Joey?
It's so good they're asking me to cash out right now.
So
That's
good.
how good it is.
Let's go.
We're going to go a little exhibition NFL football.
Okay.
The first one,
Buttons is like, oh my God.
the real New York football team, the Giants, at Detroit. Total points, I'll take the under 34 and a half.
Okay.
Second one.
Yep.
The Godfather Steelers are visiting Tampa Bay. I'll take the under 39 and a half.
Okay.
Get your money.
That I like. I like that.
It's those two.
39 and a half?
39 and a half.
Oh, yeah, that's a lock. What's the other one?
Yes,
34 and a half?
34 and a half, yeah.
That one's is okay. That's fine. But that the other one is a lock.
All right. So what's the super duper parlay? What's what we got?
All right. Another one. That is, well, they're not. This is going to be a 6-legger
Oh.
plus 39-16.
Oof.
Woo!
Come on.
It's
He doesn't
so,
want to just stop at 5. He wants to push that.
It's so good. I got $1 on it, Buttons.
Uh-oh.
A
Someone's
dollar?
saying something.
Dollar on it, that's
Hang on. You
How about-
put $1 on it?
I put $1 on it.
We'll let Buttons facial expressions make the decision on how
we're
good.
good.
it is.
We're good. All right.
Now, remember what you won, Buttons. Just remember,
Just trust me. My bank account thanks you in FanDuel.
it's my pleasure. Here we go. He is on fire. For as much as everyone's talking about what Shohei is doing, Mr. Acuna is having a historic season. 30 home runs, 70 stolen bases. No one has ever done that in the history of Major League Baseball.
Wow.
He will record a hit tomorrow. He's on
Is he
fire.
bad? He's batting what, 340 something?
Man, he might get 40-80.
He might get 48.
That would be incredible.
They're gonna have to make Jay-Z's got to make a whole new club. You can
I
call
saw
it,
40. I saw the 40-40 club shut down.
oh, well,
So yeah, now he's gonna rename it to 4080.
We have to open this one up.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's why he's rebranding.
And for all the talk of Shohei again hitting all these home runs, somebody just tied him. JB's man's Matt Olson is going to hit a home run.
Oh,
Oh no.
Matt Olson,
that's what that one right there. What's that? That one right there, probably. That's like probably like a plus 1,000 any, or no, it's probably not that crazy, but it's
Oh,
probably at least a
boy.
plus
It's
400.
it's happening, Buttons. He's on fire right now. He's on fire right now.
A home
He
run.
is hot. He's
Let-
like Hansel.
Let me give you some more proof of how on
You
fire
know how hard it is to hit a ball?
Buttons.
Riley and Olsen have had the most home runs since the All-Star break, both of them together. So they are hot.
Buttons.
So
over the
hot right now.
month, his OPS is 1,200.
Whoa, 12.
He's going to hit a home run.
All right. Who are they against?
And the Mets.
The awful Mets, the worst team money can buy.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Let's play a little money line. Astros at home against the Angels. Astros win. They're getting hot at the right moments. Let's go a little WNBA.
Oh boy.
When they were healthy, I think they are a threat to win the WNBA championship. However, right now, they're not healthy, and it shows. However, you know what? Yes, keeping it there. I'll take the Mystics plus 17.5.
Mystics.
Plus
They're
17 and a half.
Against who?
Against
Don't tell me the Aces. Don't you dare tell me the Aces.
the Maces.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He's telling you without telling you.
Yes, Buttons.
He said the Maces.
Let's go. Baltimore traveling to Seattle. Pennant race going on. Seattle is in the wild card hunt. Seattle minus 1.5. We'll see what Baltimore does on this West Coast trip. They will lose tomorrow. And lastly, the theme of this six-legger is the future World Series champions and a former player of theirs, Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman will get a hit tomorrow. He's on fire also. As well as Freddie Freeman is playing for the Dodgers, no one in Atlanta cares. They found a replacement.
All right, you go. We got a lock parlay, little preseason action. We got the Giants under 34.5, the Steelers under under 39.5 for a plus 264. Stacking up paper. And then we got that super duper parlay. They got Buttons all shook up. We got those Braves. We got Acuna with a hit. Olsen with a home run. The Astros winning on the money line. The Mystics plus 17.5 against the Maces.
Yeah.
We got Seattle beating the Orioles by 2 runs. And we got Freddie Freeman getting a hit for the Dodgers. A plus 3916.
Buttons, when this hits,
What if you just took Olsen and just made it a hit rather than a home run? Buttons, then you might be.
I don't think it gave me that. I don't think I had that option for him.
I'll try.
Yeah, I
to
mean-
find- I'll do some tinkering with it a little bit. I mean, I'll put this bet in, but I'll
Do it.
tinker with it a little bit on it to hedge.
Yeah.
My account,
Is that word, the hedge?
account Saturday night is
It's gonna be
it's
$3 richer.
It's going to save $47 Saturday night.
Oh, All right. You know, I did a little research, Joey, on that Seattle pick. That's not such a bad pick, I think.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
there you
buddy.
go.
Olsen's gonna be the hardest one, I would say.
Olsen is obviously the hardest for sure, but
That might be the easiest if you
the
ask.
Seattle. the
He
Seattle
said, I
pick,
just
though,
looked,
I
he
like
said
that.
he's hit 7 home runs in his last 13 games.
He's going for 50.
Kyle Gibson on the mound for the Orioles. He's not that good.
40. You
okay?
could get 50,
Luis
man.
Castillo pitches
Castillo's a
extremely
beast,
well at home. Extremely well at home. I
Yeah.
like that pick.
The Aces, I mean, that's a lot to cover. 7 plus 17. I mean, that's a lot of points.
I mean,
They are good, but they don't always cover that for sure.
Well, no, but they do smash some people though.
Yeah,
Except
but
the Liberty.
Washington's not bad.
All right. So there you go. Tomorrow I'm headed out to the Fantasy Football Expo. The Expo.
XF.
So
Fantasy Football Expo. And then next week, what we have our inaugural CJ Squared Dynasty Draft on Tuesday. Of course, you got all the players from the CJ Squared crew. We also got Hot Rod. We got my man C Dubs. We got some other guys that's trying to get there, trying to get in there and make that money. Too bad they gonna it's a donation. That's how I look at it on their part. And that was our first draft together of the year. Then we're gonna have a show next week, talk about that draft. And then the following week, the fun begins, Buttons. College football.
Ooh.
College football pick'em, our weekly 12 game pick'em. And we're gonna add Buttons to the fray in our college football draft, which would make this draft a lot harder. Because we got an extra mouth to feed.
Yeah, I think we'll probably do that next week, and then we'll do the NFL one maybe the week after that. We'll probably do the conference.
You want to do, I mean, because we can do we'll talk about it, because we can do the college football one, because the first game doesn't start to the 26th. So we can actually
you could probably do it. We'll just have to figure that out if we want to.
Because it's that first weekend of the 26th is not many games, right?
They used to call it week
games
0.
Saturday. Then
there's not many games at all.
Because week 1 is remember, week 1 of college football is like 2 weeks and a half.
Yeah.
How they some teams in week 1 play 2 games sometimes. If you look at the schedule, some teams are playing 2 games in week 1 of the college football schedule. So we'll make that happen, and it's about to be real. A lot of things going on. Everybody have baseball going on, about to have football going on, basketball around the corner, 2 months away, right? That basketball.
Now we're going out of the low level of sports and we're heating it up.
Into the meat.
Right into the meat.
dental floss. The dental floss part of sports where you got to get in there and floss your teeth real good. Yep.
Heating up.
That's right. So there you have it. Episode 90. Man, we got 10 episodes until we hit 100. Don't know when that day is going to be, because you know how we be doing sometimes. Joey, he out here trying to scrape 2 pennies together for 10 cents or whatever he out here doing, hustling. But we will see. I think I do know coming up. I do have a draft on a Thursday, so we may have to. But me, I may just be on the show drafting at the same time. I can do that. I don't care.
We'll be here if you need any questions.
Exactly, right? Exactly. So,
Suggestions.
you know what I'm saying? It's one Thursday. I have one Thursday draft, and I got a couple of Saturday drafts and a Sunday. They got a Sunday draft. I got a couple of days with more than one draft on the same day, which is all good.
Buttons will be like, take Ritter.
I know Bud's got a couple. I mean,
I have Ritter in my Dynasty League.
Oh, that's why.
In Dynasty, I mean, our Dynasty League is a super flex, so, don't sleep now. You can start 2 QBs in our Dynasty League. Joe, you look tired, bro. You good?
Getting there, JB.
Yeah, okay. You tired, right? You look like Rodney looked when we left Columbia. He was done. He was done.
Done,
He was
done.
done. Chris
Ben,
sent me a text. He said, man, his exact words was Rodney looks empty. It was-
he's on E.
He's on E right now.
He was on E. He was done. He was done. I see that man at the dinner table, eating with his eyes closed on some nights. He was done. Okay. That dude was done. I mean, he was in there eating with eyes closed and everything. Anyway. So there you have it, episode 90. Buttons, thank you for coming in and joining us once again, making the show special. Chris and Joey, it's good to see y'all. Like I said, we cannot just meet and talk one day per week. We gotta keep that line of communication going so we can see what we're doing and how we feeling, and you know what I'm saying.
Now that normally when there's a lot of sports, we usually seem to talk way more when there's a lot going on.
Yeah. Keep that positive energy going. Like I said, I love you guys. You bring that positive energy, put a smile on my face, put a smile on everybody who watches this show's face. Good night.
I skipped my poker game tonight to be with you guys because I love you.
Love y'all.
You knew you had to get them over. You knew you had to get them over unders.
I had to get them over unders, and I had to express my love for Desmond Ridder tonight.
That's right.
Oh, guys, nice. It's good to know. It's good to know. It's good to know that you hold us in such high regard. We appreciate that.
You know.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, man. So y'all have a good night. Buttons, did you see my Columbia pictures? I said
I did. They looked fantastic.
I should. If you watch,
Lucky man.
you watch Sirius XM, listen to Sirius XM Fantasy Football Sports, I guarantee you I will take pictures with some of those guys this weekend. I'm going to make my mission to have a picture of those guys and post it on Twitter and everywhere else. So
that's your mission.
Look out. Tomorrow night we get there, we check in. We're having a party tomorrow night from like 6 to 11. We're going to the party. On Saturday, we're going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So don't be surprised if I bring y'all something back, hit you up in the mail with it, watch your favorite team. Chris, you have a team. You like my dad, you like to bet. So you have a team, Chris, NFL?
No, not really. Just
that's money I gotta spend. That's good
yeah,
to know.
That's
less money I gotta spend. I might get you a Hall of Fame t-shirt or something.
Yeah, that's
cool. Hey, and I want y'all to know, it should come in the mail soon. I ordered a CJ Squared t-shirt I designed on.
No way.
I did. It has CJ S right here. It has that picture of us, the Andy Warhol picture of us.
Oh.
So that's the first one. We're gonna see, because we gotta get one with buttons in it too, like on the side waving or something like that.
He's it.
Have us at the party, but
Buttons is like
yeah, I did that. So I got the first one. I want to test, see what it looks like, and then if it looks good,
awesome.
I'll hook us all up with one.
Buttons just trying to get the invite in.
Hook us all up with one. Or do another design. You know, it's all good. You know, that's the beauty.
Awesome,
you know, and just to let y'all know, man, live your life and be happy. Everybody.
Right.
Life too short. Be responsible, but do things that make you happy. That's what you got to be about. You know what I'm saying? Guys, y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
Enjoy your trip.
Yeah, I know. I got to count on C-Double and Hot Rod getting here tomorrow at 9:30. We'll see. I'll text y'all, be like, these dudes late again. I'll be texting y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good night.
All right,
All right,
guys. Take it easy. Yeah,
All right, peace.
Peace.